You guys are all go back to the project. Go back to the project. Go back to the project. Let's go.
In case you did not hear, multiple Alabama fans were caught on video using anti-gay slurs and telling black Texas Longhorn players to, and I quote, go back to the projects. It was reported the foul language was hurled at Longhorn players Jelani McDonald, Xavion Bryce, and running back Quintravion Wisner.
The SEC is one of the most racist conferences in college sports. Not even college sports, probably college education. And so these Bama fans acting this way towards these young scholar athletes from Texas is of no surprise to me, but it may be of surprise to y'all. And I know what y'all gonna say. You'll be like, oh, racism doesn't exist. Oh, victim mentality. But if you're out here talking to young people like that as a fan, then that says more about you than it says about them.
While the game was a big upset, this is another example of fans taking their sports way too far. Alabama, meanwhile, has responded via this statement. We are disgusted by reports of vile language and inappropriate behavior. The statement read, per Danny Davis of the American Statesman. It's not representative of the University of Alabama and our values. We expect all attendees to act with class and respect towards others. Fans are strongly encouraged to report issues to our security resources on site. Game day and delayed reports are appropriately addressed, and anyone found to be in violation of our rules and expectations will be promptly removed and may be banned from future events. Trey Wisner, freshman halfback from DeSoto High School, shout out Errol Spence Jr., saw his mother Angie weigh in, writing, the fact my son down there and they say going back to the projects really just saddens my heart that as his mother, no matter how old, he had to listen to that. Love you, son, but the parents went through this all night. Beer cans thrown at us, water bottles, spit, disgrace. Sophomore edge rusher Justin Finley, who is from the state of Alabama but committed to be a Longhorn, also saw his parent fire off a tweet. The win hits different for me. I'm from Alabama. Beham is my city. I know T-Town like the back of my hand. Our game day experience included being harassed because our son is a, quote, traitor, and having beer cans thrown at our section the whole game. So I stand on this energy right here. As Outsports would write, racism and homophobia are sadly the go-to slurs from a certain group of ugly people who have hate in their hearts and can get worked up over a football game whose outcome they had zero involvement in. If Alabama officials can somehow identify them, these people need to be banned for life. I feel like it would be very easy to identify the folks that yelled these slurs at the Texas Longhorns players. In addition, safety has to be the number one priority when visiting fans are going to a hostile environment, especially one with two top contending teams. You know, we did a video yesterday of a Division II rivalry between two schools, and one of the fans, after a brawl broke out towards the sideline, had a helmet and struck an opposing player on their helmet 2 to 4 times in that video. Check it out on demand. Parents being harassed, being allegedly spit on, having beer cans thrown at them. This is part of the reason why many do not wish to go to sporting events anymore, because of fans like this. You could cheer on your team. No one cares about that. But when it starts getting downright disrespectful, when it starts getting violent, when the brutal language happens, it is no longer a friendly place of competition. It turns into a battleground when it shouldn't be that. Everybody should be welcome and everybody should feel like they are welcome no matter where they are. And also, in addition, this is a large reason why so many visiting fans don't want to go. Look at what the Premier League does. When one club supporters go to a visitor's grounds, there is security lined up, forming a square around that section because they know how bad it can get. I'm not saying that we have to isolate the opposing fans, but there should be more resources at all of these stadiums so we just don't have this happen ever again.